Hello everyone and welcome to The Good Old Gamer, the channel where we cut through the marketing BS, take a look at new and old gaming technologies to figure out what makes the most sense for you. And making sense of the current GPU market is basically a full-time job in and of itself. So many of you guys out there are probably excited about the upcoming RTX 3060 launch on February 25th. I know I am. It's the GPU that I'm most interested in this generation. Now, we know with everything going on, launch time is basically the only time you're going to see these things anywhere near MSRP. But aha, don't be fooled this time around. Probably not going to be the case, as retailers in Europe are already jacking prices well beyond MSRP. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Before we get started, if you like content like this, please smash that like button. Really helps out the channel. Subscribing, sharing, and commenting in the comment section are the best ways to help support the channel and grow it. And I thank you all for your support. So this morning I was checking out videocards.com and this title jumped out at me immediately. Retailers list Geforce RTX 3060 graphics cards at a significantly higher price. I was like, okay, well, what's significantly higher? Well, European retailers are now listing RTX 3060 cards at 490 euros. So this is the starting point. So this is the cheapest one that they can find listed right now. So we can kind of go through some of this, but for the most part, they're just talking about, it's supposed to come out on February 25th. But let's go down here when we start talking about money. So meanwhile, European retailer ProShop, which operates a number of European countries, is listing cards at an increased price before anyone else had a chance to order one at MSRP. So you never had a chance at MSRP. They're just like, nah, more money. So ProShop now offers RTX 3060s at $499. And then official MSRP is supposed to be $329. Same here in the US. So basically convert one over. So this would be like $500 here in the US. That's a 52% increase and a 75% increase over Nvidia's MSRP. Yeah, so massively huge price increases. Now, one of my favorite things is they show over here is this image where you have last week's numbers. So you have a 3060 here at $490. And then you have, we got this one here at like 600. And now these same prices have gone up basically 100 to 200 euros. So yeah, the price hike is real, guys, and it's jumping up massively. So we're basically, like, if you think about it, at basically 700 euros, this is more than a 100% increase in price. This is over double. You're paying more than double. This is about double, and this is a little less than double. Even here is about a 50 to 70% increase. So these prices are going absolutely bananas. And here in the US, I would assume we're going to see something similar. However, there's no evidence of it yet, like there is here in Europe. So here's another listing out there. You see the $499. These are the cheap ones. The Asus Dual. This is the cheapest one that there is. And obviously you have your Asus Strix here at 659 euros. This is RTX 3080 MSRP in Europe. Theirs is like 650 euros, I believe, for MSRP on the 3080. And at the very least, this is 6800 XT territory for an RTX 3060. That's ridiculous, guys. You have RTX 3070 pricing here, above 3070. This is what we were expecting, 3070 Ti's. So yeah, this seems to be where things are headed at this point in time. Another launch, but this time we will probably not even see MSRP on day one. And that's pretty crazy. Now, it's a real shame that the RTX 3060 is already getting hit with these price hikes. It's pretty ridiculous that we're seeing anywhere from 50% all the way up to nearly 100% price hikes before the thing even launches. And I know a lot of you guys are going to go, oh, this is all Nvidia's fault. But realistically, Nvidia is selling these chips to the AIBs at basically a set price, maybe $200, $250, somewhere in that range. They cover the cost of the cooler and the rest, and then they're supposed to make a few bucks off of these. Now, Nvidia obviously wants at least the initial batch to be at or around MSRP, so they don't look like they're completely lying to us. So I really don't think that this is an Nvidia fault on this one. This is obviously a supply side issue of theirs, but I don't think they're telling people to charge $500, $600, $700 for these things. I don't see that. However, I can see the AIBs, your Asuses, your Gigabytes, your Zotaks, your EVGAs going, well, I'm pretty sure we can get more money out of this, and they might be jacking them up $50. Distributors might be jacking them up another $50 or $100, and then retailers jacking them up another $50 to $100. I think there's enough blame to go around here that it's pretty much everybody's fault. And ultimately, it's just due to the fact that Nvidia and AMD combined simply cannot supply the GPU market. Now, at $500, $600, or $700, is an RTX 3060 worth it? No, absolutely not. Personally, I probably would have gone up to about $400. If I can get one for $400 or less at launch, I might be interested. Realistically, $350 to $380, I would say is probably pretty fair for a decent AIB model. $329 was never going to happen, let's be honest. There's no FE model, so nobody was ever going to target that. Let's just be real. $350 was basically best case scenario. $380 was more realistic, and so was $400. But I don't even think that's going to happen anymore. So if retailers are just saying, I can sell these things for way more money, there's nobody's going to say that they can't. I mean, Nvidia could go, well, just don't sell to these people. But if everybody does it, I mean, what are they going to do? Nvidia going to start selling these things themselves again? That didn't work out. Here in the US, they go through Best Buy. They don't even want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with all the customer service issues and returns and all that kind of nonsense. So they would rather just play ball with these guys, even if they want to go ahead and scalp. So I don't really see that there's any way for Nvidia themselves to fix this problem other than pump out 10 times more GPUs than they currently are, which is an unrealistic thing for people to demand at this point. If demand is 10 times higher than normal, there's no way anybody could have predicted that this was going to happen. So this is one of those things where it's really crappy. It just sucks, but there's almost really nobody to blame. There's not like it's your fault. It's kind of a little bit of everybody's fault. On our side, there's a lot of people paying these ridiculous prices. People are paying $1,100, $1,200 for RTX 3080s. Now 3080s are going for nearly $2,000, and people are still buying them for gaming. Now miners, to them, it might be worth it if it's cost-benefit analysis. To them, it's just, can I make money off of this? And if the answer is yes, for them, it makes sense to buy it. But I know gamers that are paying these prices, and they're not mining on them, or they might mine occasionally on them. But primarily, they just want a new GPU, and they're paying these prices. So basically, everybody has a little bit of blame out there, even me, saying that I would be willing to pay up to about $400 for a 3060. To me, it's about as valuable as a 3080 or a 3060 Ti. It's got slower performance, but more VRAM. So to me, they're kind of tied. But still, I'm willing to go above MSRP. So even I'm at fault. So we're all a little bit at fault in this issue. So there's really no fix for this other than just keep your money in your wallet and just wait. If you can get one of these things, like I said, sub 400, I would definitely pick one up. But it seems like they will never be listed at that price until this whole mining thing is over. So realistically, guys, keeping what you have is really the best way to go. If you want some alternate solutions, if your GPUs have died, I would say a 4GB RX 480, 580. They're like $150-ish, maybe up to $200. Basically back at their MSRP, maybe a little bit below. I would just go with one of those. That'll play every game out there at 1080p. You might have to compromise a few settings, but overall, it's going to play very well. And if you want a little bit more performance, the GTX 1070s actually aren't too bad here in the US off of eBay. I was just looking at them. You can get them around $320 to $350, which is a little bit below their MSRP. So, I mean, it's not a great solution. You're almost paying, 2016 prices for a 2016 card. But at the same time, comparatively to everything else, price to performance there actually isn't that bad in today's market. So essentially what you would get an RTX 3060 for, which is basically a 1080 Ti, you can actually get a 1070 for. If you really want to think about it in those terms, that's kind of where we're at. So there are alternate solutions out there. You guys can go ahead and pick out whatever makes the most sense for you. It's just a real shame that Nvidia can't even get out launch day MSRPs anymore, because that was really our only hope. It's like, if you can get one day one, great. Even I've recommended this. So now I look kind of like a fool telling you guys, hey, just wait. RTX 3060s, you should have like a 5-minute window to possibly get one. That's not the case anymore. So realistically, guys, you just got to hunker down and stick with it. And I'm going to do a video going over why to stick with PC gaming. A lot of people are thinking about moving over to console, and for some people that makes sense, but for most PC gamers, if you've been in the ecosystem for a while, moving to console is not a real solution. Yeah, you get more performance per dollar, but the locked ecosystem, your games don't transfer. There's a lot of big reasons there. And I think I'm going to do a video on that, why even now it's worth sticking it out and just holding your nose and waiting until everything kind of comes to pass. But those are just my thoughts. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I know many of you guys are just over it, but I want to hear what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you going to try to get one of these things? Do you think up to 400 makes sense? 400 on down for one of these 3060s? I mean, you could probably flip it for double your money, so you might as well if you can, but that's the whole point. These retailers know that. But are you guys thinking maybe that's the way to go? If they are $500 or $600, are you even going to try to get them there? Do you think the prices will go up? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. Once again, if you like videos like this, smash that like button, comment in the comment section, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and share with friends on social media. That really does help out. Thank you all for your support, and I will catch you guys in the next video.